Hello, welcome back to Satisfactory. I am Maker Gaming. This is Satisfactory 1.1. This is officially our 1.1 start. It is April 9th. I just downloaded the second patch. And what's going on? We just modulated modular engines. We just automated modular engines. We're doing one manufacturer, whatever it is. I think is it 1 a minute or 2 a minute? Looks like 1 a minute from there. Yeah, those are now producing. We got 500 more to go. I'm just gonna check here to make sure. This should all still be hooked up. We do have plans to move this space elevator back to there. And that was actually our last project to finish the Dune Desert, but we are totally going to skip it. We are in 1.1. We want to see some of the new features. By the way, I did do like a whole first look day came out. But yeah, by the time I would have gotten to editing it, it would have been a weekend, and it just wasn't as mind-blowing because people had already seen it from other people's takes. So I'm just going to skip it, and we'll talk about 1.1 stuff when we're using it. What was I saying? Whatever I was saying. Thanks for watching. Oh, we were here to make sure that is connected. First glance, it does not look connected. Yikes. That would have been a mistake. This had plans to be made a little bit fancier, but since we're moving the space elevator soonish, there's no point in making it fancy. It is just our delivery system. This is our passive. These things are just coming in till we hit 500. Probably before we hit the 500, we'll work on the last, what is that? Adaptive control units, maybe? The 100? But, all that talk, shut up, get to it. What's today? Mk2, blueprint designer, and I guess a hex wall. I'm thinking the hex wall will be our first blueprint because I've promised people on my Discord for months now that this would be coming as soon as I got my Mk2 blueprint designer. So, where do we need to go? We need to go to our new hub location, which is on our cliff starter base, Nuke's place. So let me get over there. Oh, FYI, there used to be a Christmas snowflake over here, and it was just too Christmassy for me, so I boxed it in with a hexagon with a weird shape on top. And yeah, just to make it a little less Christmassy looking, since I'm always flying over it. I definitely am going to color it. The white is just kind of what I like to design in, but then, you know, change it as needed, and just a lot of builds have ended up staying white. So yeah, just need to color it. And then it's hidden. If I want it back for next Fixmas, I can just delete the hexagon. Let's see how close we are. Give me a minute, I'm gonna go do a search. I feel like I gotta have 50 computers laying around somewhere. That's probably not true. In which case, I need to pick up a lot of cable, a lot of plastic, a lot of copper sheets. Oh, here's a 1.1 thing from my little first look thing. Press E. I need to stay in the loop. It's my thinking loop. It's where I think. What was I doing before I got in my thinking loop? We need these. We need these. We need plastic. We really need to speed up what we have going on with this, the speed in which they can fill up their boxes, because I have it at the lowest setting right now. Like I said, I just gotta make a bunch of computers. Probably smarter to go do this at the plastic facility because I just stocked up on everything else I need, so that is what I'll do. Ooh, that was just steep enough. Cleared the ribs. Do we need SAM for anything? Not at the moment, just plastic. Oh, here's the other stuff I did for my 1.1 first look. Yeah, we need racetracks, hypertube racetracks. And can more than one person go in? This was great. This was going to be my thumbnail photo. Can you picture it? Photo mode, by the way. Photo mode is a blast. Decouple. Get the Pioneer in shot. You can pose the Pioneer. You can turn the Pioneer. You can zoom in on the Pioneer. My favorite filter is this outline. Very cool. And then with that outline filter, you can come up here to color filter and do inverse, negative, and get this bright white. But yeah, the filters are pretty cool. The whole photo mode's cool. I actually haven't even gotten into the dolly camera stuff. Noir, second best to outline. Anyway, back to making computers. Give me a few minutes. I'll come back with the blueprint ready to make. Alright, that was exhausting. We got what we need. This is always a tight... I think we cleared it. Damn cliff. Fast tap to extend your distance. We could stop at that landing platform actually. Boom. Just needed a copper sheet, thank you. 2 please. We've done it. 6 months in, we have the bigger blueprint. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
The blueprint.
It's crazy I don't have a lot of these things automated. That's why the next episode we're going to switch our focus to power. We need more power so we can just start throwing up larger factories without worrying constantly about if we can afford them. Look, modular engines, we're up to 21. Nice. We could just cantilever it for now. Did that stay black because I copied it? Wow, I didn't realize that meant for concrete also. Just for foundations, that's so nice. Oh shoot, pay attention bro. Pay attention to your edges. Alright, got temporary placement because all we really want is to make our first blueprint. Looks good to me. I feel like we need to make a hexagon. I feel like we need to make a parabola. So let's get on one of those and call it a day. 5 by 5. Alright, so we're just going to go through my most well-known blueprint, for being honest here. I think we need to go, thankfully with the vertical nudge now, this shouldn't be a problem anymore. So let's actually go 2 meters. We got to have some extra space on the bottom so that we can actually, 4 might be even better. Let's start with the pattern. I'll show y'all what the issue is. So you get your beam, and we're doing 5 meter hexagons. So go out 5, rotate 3 with the middle mouse rotate.
You are currently 451% less efficient than your peers.
Yeah, no shit. At least. Then you go build mode R to how'd that get there? To diagonal, you're looking for that 5 meter mark in that direction. We're going to do it the same way over here. 5, and then rotate 3. Then we're going to come off that, go the same 5 inward. And that's our basic shape. We're going to be doing a bunch of those. So why did we put the... So why did we put this one on the underneath it though? That's because the way this works now is you have to put a pillar coming off the end of each side of these. And if we were any lower than this, this bottom one wouldn't set. So we would have to add it after we print each blueprint. And I think by doing it this way, now that we have vertical net, see, there's a problem we're coming across on the right because it's going off the edge. How annoying is that? Can we nudge it? Not in the right. Oh, we can! Awesome. So we're paging up. Oh, that's lucky. Okay, H. That's actually the last tip I just put out in my short series. Thanks to Captain. Hold on now, that's not actually right. H. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is that not working? H. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so it's not actually... That's interesting to note too. How far off are we? Pretty far. Alright, we're just going to clear that completely because... Let's just get a single. We'll use the blueprint designer to make more. So for now, we'll just do what we just did. Give me a second. Also, just a note, from the original version of this, you can also hold control here at the end, and then you can rotate it. And that's how I did my original one. The problem with this is pillars rotate in 10 degrees, so you can never hit that perfect 45. Whereas beams go in 15-degree rotations, so you can hit that perfect 45. So that's why we're doing it with the beams, and then just placing the pillars on straight. If you've seen my older ones, that's why it's different. Now we just connect all the ends. Alright, now we have our perfect hexagon. It's not, doesn't look all that great because it's by itself, and so that looks bad, but once we start connecting more of them, hex wall seed. And I should really set directories, but man, I just don't feel like it right now. Okay, now we should be able to rotate. So the arrow's over here with us. Let's see if these connect exactly. Ooh, that's kind of a cool shape. That one out. What would a half be at? Ooh, okay. But yeah, that's working. So how many can we fit in here now? And actually, now that it's built and we don't need these reference ones to come out, we can actually clear this and go more to the edge. Alright, so that's going to be our maximum to the right. Oh man, with vertical nudge, this is so good now. Let's see if this works. Alright, so we put that there, clear the designer, put it in, but now we can nudge it down. Yep, so now with this we're going to get... Alright, let's do it again. You can hit F, R for blueprint, and then you can do the eyedrop button. This is wrong. I did this wrong. These aren't supposed to be lined up like this. I messed up. But just playing with that, we can get this different shape that's not quite as cool, but Still cool, but alright. I messed up. It is what it is. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. Alright, let's stop being lazy. We're just gonna go... Let's just make it all right this time. No more deleting. If you don't want the blueprint I have attached to this and you're gonna recreate it, it is helpful actually to do this where you're defaulting from all these spots. Oh, there's a mistake right there. So now with these connections, they become a lot easier. Because you got these snap points. So I'm just changing R to the other mode. Straight mode. Can we go out 5? Can we go out 9? Wow, that doesn't seem right. And just delete the guides when you don't need them anymore. Alright, now to see if we can get a fourth one up top, let's make another seed. Let's get the concrete on. Kind of love repetitive tasks like this. Which ones are we not able to grab right now? Just these two. There it is. They're just being a little tricky. Alright, now let's see where we can put that. Well, let's just see what we got so far. Down. Vertical nudge. So tight. Perfect centers is what we're checking for. This might be as big as we can realistically go. This would be Mark II because of this blueprint has no cost. Why aren't you recognizing that blueprint, bro? Alright, let's say it has to maybe build off a block, and that's why it's not doing it. It has to be anchored. So I'm assuming that is now anchored. Yes, that's anchored to the floor. Maybe if we make that anchor foundation a snapping point for setting that, maybe that'll fix whatever just happened. Let's find out. It's only costing 7. Why aren't you... Alright, that's a bit of a glitch. Alright, let's see about if it's too close to the edge. We were right on the edge there, so let's go 1 in. Okay, it's starting to... We're starting to figure this out. Was there any problem? It could have been a problem with us going down, actually. So 2 in. Is that okay? Okay, we lost it again. So it looks like this thing has its own little imaginary borders. Actually, that was it right there, wasn't it? That's the border, that white box. We got to keep that white box inside. That's annoying, but I don't think we can go much higher anyway, so it's not going to stop us from getting what we want, but I think we're just going to get 2 out of it. But hey, with vertical nudge and everything, for anyone that's tried to use my hex wall from the Mark 1 miner, or from the Mark 1 designer, it's going to be a million times easier. I don't think it matters that we only have... This was our original, now we have a double version of that. That might be it, folks. That might be it. Oh, also to make these a lot cheaper, you can remove the steel beams inside. That's what I should do before I release that to my Discord. But we need a thumbnail, so we're staying arrow out. Nope, that's arrow out. Infinite nudge with vertical nudge is so tight. Because now we can just put it in the ground. And if we're lucky, this will have a build mode blueprint. Flip it. H. Move it over to. Yeah, that's going to work just fine. There you have it. We have our hex wall back. Where can we throw this in the game? Alright. We got our blueprinter too. Should I end it there? I should end it there. Try and take out the steel beams from inside it so it's a much cheaper blueprint. Then I'll put this up on my Discord. And yeah. Oh, we don't actually have it unlocked. Oh, I guess that would be the next step. We need to unlock fuel gens, so we'll do that coming up next. I've played around a lot with the photo mode and the filters, but we need to get into dolly mode, we need to unlock fuel gens, and we need to start blueprinting a power plant idea to our Gold Coast. So that's all coming up next. Thanks for watching.